Welcome back to Dads and Lads Fishing Channel. This time, pretty excited because it's the first trip to the Marron River in Bolivia, where you get to when you reach level 63. So I've been grinding for a while and made quite a lot of money. So I thought that I would get some new bottom rods and some new reels, just because. Although I didn't know very much about this place, what I did know is that there were some big fish there. So I also got some heavier braid, 0.32 braid, and there's also some cool baits, some cool new baits, which are the large liver and the huge cut bait. So I added those to the baits that I had from Peru. Set up 3 bottom rods with 8/0 hooks and titanium leaders. And also I had some success with this Lambari fish before, so I thought that I would give it a try again. Got my advanced license, 10,000 currency, and very important to get that before you go. And then I got going. So here we are. This is what you are presented with when you arrive there. It's pretty warm. You can tell when the peak fishing times are for each day, and on the list of species we've got some new ones and some old friends as well, some that were in Peru. What caught my attention was the big catfish. As you probably know from previous videos, I don't really mess around with the smaller fish if I can avoid it, but I did want to catch some new species, but also catch some big catfish. So it was the gilded catfish and the Amazon red-tail catfish that I really wanted to get hold of, and both of those are available in the game as uniques. You're also presented with a choice of locations to fish here, including 2 kind of little lakes within the jungle, and there's a place where you can put your boat in, and then another 3 places where you can fish from the bank. What I thought, first of all, because I didn't know anything about the place, I would get in the boat and head off to find some deep water, basically because in all the previous locations at lower levels, you usually find the catfish, and particularly the big ones, in the deeper water, deep holes. So if you can find them, that's usually better. So that's what I did. You can hire a kayak here, but I do have my own boat, so I don't need to do that. And because it's got a fish finder on it as well, this makes it dead easy to locate big fish. You can see on the fish finder they come up as, you know, these like banana shaped things, and eventually you'll cruise around and find a spot where it's deeper, and also where you can spot, you know, like bigger banana shapes, which are, if they're on the bottom, they're usually, you know, catfish, or in other places you can see the sturgeon like that. So this is the first place I went to, just up one of the rivers that flow into like the main basin, and you can see there a couple of big banana shapes on the bottom. So stop there, I thought, let's try and catch our first Bolivian fish. What I did find here is that, not at the beginning, but later on as I played the game, especially when you're bottom fishing, you get a lot of water current. You know, it's quite a big river, I suppose, so it's moving your lead. I was started off with like 185 grams, and then moved up to 250 just so I could hold the bottom properly when I was bottom fishing. So here it is, first fish. Could be anything. Give me a bit of a run around. And this was gilded catfish. I'd already caught those in Maku Maku. Nice fish though. Same spot. A bit later on. There we go, this time new personal record. Gilded catfish trophy, 44 kilos. So happy with that, good looking fish like. And then I carried on fishing, very close to the last one. And caught my first red-tailed catfish. So happy with that. Good looking fish. Caught those in real life as well. Here we are, slightly different spot across the other side. This is on the west side. I'll show you the location in a minute. This is fishing at night. This time pulled out another trophy gilded catfish. So these are fish that feed during the day and at night. Here's the spot on the map, just like a little deep spot on the west side. This is another place where I found really deep water. This is pretty close to where you take the boat out at the beginning. It's just around the corner, and the depth here goes down to about 11 meters. So good spot to try for catfish. I'm using the Lambari fish here, which I found to be probably like, along with the huge cut bait, both really good baits for these fish. Since I recorded this, I've done a bit more catfish fishing, and I'm going to do a new video which is just concentrating on how to catch the unique gilded and the unique red tail. I then decided to go bank fishing, so I got out of my boat and went to this Chiri islet, which is like the big island in the middle of the basin. And this is fishing out towards the smaller island that you can see on the other side, on the eastern side. 3 rods out, using a mixture of huge cut bait, Lambari fish and large liver. Fishing at peak times again. This is I think the biggest red tail that I had on the second day. I then moved on to Anku, which is like one of these like little lakes within the basin. Fished it at night. should have really come here in the day because I couldn't see where I was going. Stumbled around in the grass for a bit, and then found somewhere to fish with the bottom baits. Didn't seem to be many big fish around. Probably what it was is, a new location, didn't really know what I was doing. I was fishing with the bottom baits. It might be that this is more for surface fishing, fishing with a popper or fishing with a float. But apart from that ripsaw catfish, didn't really have a lot. This is the other one. This is called selva, which for those people who don't know is jungle in Spanish. And fishing on the bottom here again, this is using shiners on a 6-0. I was catching piranhas, big piranhas, but they seem to be everywhere. I then went over to the village. I had a wander around here. There weren't any natives around to ask about for any fishing tips. So yeah, I just got stuck in again with the bottom rods, and it wasn't long before I was catching piranhas again. So I had to have a rethink because so it looks like that some of these locations are respond better to different baits. And I remember seeing that there were these like fruit baits. These ones, camu, this palm fruit. I think 2 types of palm fruit, and some rubber tree seeds as well. So I bought a few of each one, and then I went back to those little lakes to try them out to see if something else would happen. And it wasn't long before this is a marichi palm fruit on a 6-0. This is fishing at Selva. Fish that gave a good account of itself. This is a unique Bricon. So, yep, looks a bit like an asp, the ones we used to catch in Italy. And it's a nice shot of the rods there. And yeah, carried on fishing with the different palm fruits. Just on the float, casting out there to the island to see what happened. And yep, another new species. This was a trophy tambaki, which I think they grow quite big. And yeah, the following cast I pulled in another one, but this was a unique one, 41 kilos. So look at good XP for that, and good money as well. Looks like a kind of mega piranha. The other one on the list here was the payara, which is a maku maku. I fancied catching one of those, so I just had really a look around to see if I could find some faster running water. And as I went down this part, I started seeing like tree trunks in the water, and there's also like a boat that's like wrecked on the island. So wherever you see trees sticking up out of the water like that, it's always a good spot to try. And I just thought, well, That's a bit of a feature as well with the boat. So I was also getting a lot of fish appearing on the fish finder. Decided to fish it with a spinning rod with a swim bait, big swim bait. Good fight again. And this is on heavy gear too. This was another new species, a tahira. Bit like a snakehead. Yeah, so I quite like this spot. You can see there's a lot of fish activity around just near the boat. It's probably worth going back and having another look at that place. Here's another one I think I hadn't caught before, the red-eye piranha. You can see the fish activity there, look. And this was an apapa, which is another species. I think I caught one at one of the other spots, but that was the first big one I caught, I think. And then, still on my search for a big payara, I found another quite narrow stretch of river that I got to in the boat, but I managed to climb out onto the shore. First fish there I think was a unique red eye, so that was a bit of a score. So because I could climb out, I could use the bottom rods and also use the spinning rod as well. That's the spot that I was at there. And this proved to be pretty productive. Not just quantity, but different species as well. This red peacock bass, lovely looking fish. That took a shiner on the bottom. Still on the shiners. This time another species of catfish, flat whiskered, and it was a unique as well. So a bit of a unique spot there. On the swim bait, just casting downriver. And this was a unique apapa. So a good spot really for a whole range of different species. Then I thought I'd give it a try on the surface, see if I could get a fish using the walker, just a small 14-gram walker, and I pulled out a trophy payara. Not the unique that I was after, but that'll come eventually, maybe from this same spot. Good looking fish. This is another unique, came out of the same spot, a biara, and yeah, a bit like a payara, but a lot slimmer. So, plenty to do here in Bolivia. What I'm going to do, as I said, is put together a unique catfish video, so I can show you the spots that I've been catching the biggest catfish in. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time.